Howdy and welcome back to another Bloodborne the board game playthrough. I am having a second attempt, in reality it's more like a seventh, at the Forsaken Cainhurst castle. I have completed it a few times, but I am still yet to master it. So I thought, rather than just jumping straight into whichever branching path I chose, I would rather play this through again with you guys watching and hopefully be able to then progress from that into the next part. This may not have as much editing in it because I want to get this over and done with so I can get into the nice stuff and get this uploaded. I have got everything set up. We have gone for a random selection of enemies. I dealt them out and I got the Hunter Mob, Scourge Beast and Church Giant in the respective slots of Kin, Infected and Beast. We are playing as the Threaded Cane Hunter. For a change, I could not bring myself to change out because I feel like if I'm confident with the Hunter, I'm more likely to have a lot of success. Of course, if this does go completely wrong, I probably will do a playthrough on the second part instead, and I will probably also change the Hunters up. I am happy to, however, give you a quick reminder of what it is we are doing in this chapter. So, the Forsaken Castle. A place far from the cobblestone streets of Yharnam. A distant castle overtaken by bitter cold and long abandoned. Visions of a massacre, of nobles and servants once mighty and blood-drunk, now cut down like common prey. What is this place? Why does it beckon to you so? That's the overarching narrative for the Forsaken Castle, but as I may have mentioned last time, or if you aren't familiar with this, it is a campaign that is a bit unique in the sense that it has a branching path. You finish this one and you make a decision on which direction you're going to go. Are you going to go down the route of the Executioners, or are you going to go down the route of the Vilebloods? We have got the setup. It says 3 random non-Cainhurst enemies, which we have got. I've got the tiles down and shuffled. And we don't actually have a hunt mission to kick off. It just says reveal card 1. Additional missions will be revealed by the hunt mission. So let's kick off by doing that. Card 1. And we have the Forsaken Summons. There is only one place that matches the visions in your mind. A place spoken only in legend and hidden by histories. Cainhurst. This place holds special importance to the hunters of the Executioner's Covenant. Fortunately, you may just know where to find one. End a move on the graveyard tile. Reveal card 2. Now this is hopefully going to be one of the first tiles we encounter, so that way then we'll be able to make quick progress. In my previous playthrough, I got basically the entire map out before I even found it, so I was always destined for a bit of a pain in the bottom. Our first 3 cards are Dodge, Basic and Dodge. I'm not used to this setup. I'm trying to get out to try and reduce editing, so please bear with if it is a case that I am a little bit slower on the old movements and such. So, let's get into this. We will, just for a change, burn a dodge instead of a draw one. I'm going to try a new tactic and try and get those draw ones used properly. And we are going to move up into Odin Chapel. Okay, I'm going to make advantage of that and use that to block. There's nothing to populate for Odin Chapel, but it does mean that I can go 1, 2, and then we're on to a new move. And I feel like this time I'm going to burn the draw 1. Had I an enemy, I may have used it to see what cards I could get, but let's burn it to make a move action. And we have got, that's not what I wanted, the Grand Cathedral. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. We can pop that there, and we can burn that. We've got 3 lamps out already, not ideal, but we have blocked off some of my smaller table space. So we'll go 1, 2, and for our final move, we will burn this last card just so that we actually make some progress in the right direction. And we'll go 1, and depending on what we get... Oh, it's the graveyard, okay. Okay, we'll be able to make some headway in this. No matter where I place it, I'm going to, well, what orientation I place it, I'm going to encounter an enemy, and it's a Scourge Beast. So that's 1, 2, I will populate the tile. So we have a Scourge Beast here. We have the item token there. And we've actually finished that mission. We have ended a move on the graveyard tiles. So we'll reveal this card. And it says, Cainhurst? Oh yes, I know of it well. It's a forsaken and evil place, home to the Vilebloods. My fellow executioners purged it long ago. At great cost, such evil refused to die. A noble master, Ligarius, stayed to contain it. The rule of the Vilebloods is still alive today. To honour my master's wishes, I search for the path to the castle. Place the Alfred token on this graveyard space. Do not discard this card until instructed to do so. Then we've got to either end a move on the Grand Cathedral or end a move on Iosefka's clinic. Now I know which one I'd prefer to do, but we'll have to deal with that beast first. So let's see if I can't find Alfred. Where is he? There he is. Our blonde heartthrob. Don't know why I said that. It is the end of my turn, so then it is enemy activations, and the Scourge Beast is not going to have to move too far in order to get to us, so I'll just reveal an enemy action for him, and I'm going to take the full whack of whatever he hits me with. A basic 3 speed, 2 damage, so that is 2 damage straight off the bat, no matter which way we try and get our way from this. End of the round, move this track up. I did eventually find this token, refusing to use it now because I actually found that these discs are far better, but that's just my preference. Draw 3 new cards. And I feel like we've already made more progress in 1 round than we did in the previous recorded session over 6. So we have got +1 damage, dodge, +1 damage. Because the Scourge Beast will always pursue for 2, it makes sense for us to just try and take him out while we can. So we've got stagger can affect enemies of the same speed, but that's not going to be too beneficial. Instead, what I think would be smart would be to play the +1 on the Deadly Thrust and hope we don't get a special. If we get a special, we'll kill each other. And realistically, it's a bit tough. We'll just die, but we'll be able to respawn on Grand Cathedral. Alternatively, we'll get a Blood Echo, and then I'll probably choose to return to the Hunter's Dream regardless. So let's do that. I'll play a +1 damage on Deadly Thrust to engage the enemy. The enemy will try and hit us with, haha, what do you know? A special. So what happens in that scenario is I would do my 4 damage at the same time that he would do his 4 damage. It would be simultaneous, which means that we'd be reduced to 0 and he'd be reduced to 0. We wouldn't get that Blood Echo, and in fact we would actually need to reset our character, and we would go back to the Hunter's Dream by force, so the track would advance for our death. But we'd also be able to clear this place of the Scourge Beast. If we act fast enough, that could be to our benefit, but he'll reappear on a reset, and I think that's going to happen regardless. So what's going to happen for the end of the round is we'll advance the track. On the plus side, we could choose to flip to the other side where dodgers do damage. And I think if we're going to spawn in Grand Cathedral, it'd be a good idea to do so. So draw 3 cards, we'll flip to the other side, we'll remove this damage. It does mean we don't have that big heavy attack, but we're still able to do a little bit more mobility. Dodging won't be to our detriment. We'll respawn here, and we've ended a move on the Grand Cathedral. We'll reveal card number 3. Entering the Grand Cathedral, you find its occupants slaughtered. Standing among the corpses is a figure dressed in brilliant silver armour, now stained with dark crimson. Surround the Grand Cathedral with fog gates, spawn the Bloody Crow of Cainhurst, represented by their token, on its lamp space. Oh, we don't have to move at all. They respawn to that space on a reset. If the mission is discarded, remove the fog gates and the Bloody Crow. So we don't discard that until we're instructed to do so. So it still stays visual, available to us. those are what we've got to deal with. I'll get the bloody crow. Place it there so you can see it. We'll get her token, stick that at and all. And she has got 10 health. She'll be able to do a fair bit of damage. She's got a stagger. And with the Shikage, if she has taken so much damage, she'll do extra. And she is able to heal if she's taken so much damage as well. I feel like we've got no realistic option but to try and engage. So let's play this +1. Let me just do a bit of math. 3, 6, 7, and she'll heal on the next turn regardless. 8, 9, 10. If we're able to play this perfectly, we could kill her. But we're going to take a lot of damage in the meantime. Because what I'm thinking is, that's a +1, so that's 3. Play this to a dodge, that's an extra, so that's 4. Play this to one of those again, that's 5, 6, 7. The cannon makes it 10. But that is for 3 rounds of combat and 1 successful dodge. If we don't gamble, she's going to heal regardless, so I feel like it's worth a gamble, because at this point we've not got anything to lose. So I'll play that to Flay. She will choose to use her special, which says, stagger. After resolving all card attacks, the bloody crow makes 1 Shikage attack. We're going to have to discard a card now, which means that we're not going to be able to do what I wanted. So we may be better just clearing the slot to dodge. We still have to discard the card for the stagger. She'll then do a Shikage attack, but we've done 3 damage to her. I know she's about to heal it. We do an extra damage for the dodge. May just be worth cutting us losses and letting her kill us, which I think is what is going to happen, because she's about to make a Shikage attack. She has taken 4 or more damage, so it's now +1, so that's now 3 damage to us. It's the end of our turn. It's her turn, so she will draw an enemy action and hit us with a basic, which again is going to be that 4 or more, so 3 damage. We can't do anything about it, so again, it's going really well. This is like deja vu from last time I had camera on this. We have died. So for us dying, it advances, and for the end of the round, it advances. All that progress we just made has been removed, and she is now in a location with fog gates that we cannot actually get to. I know that our alternative is Iosefka, which I know is a bit of a spoiler, but I'm assuming that you already know that, or have figured it out from the fact that we need to go to Iosefka's clinic or Grand Cathedral. So maybe we do need that big attack, or maybe we just needed more rounds available to us. I'm not sure yet. I'll give these a shuffle, and I'm thinking if we respawn to Odin Chapel and just go straight in there and have a round of her coming for us, we may be better off. I'll keep on the dodge side. I feel like that's beneficial. I feel like it's beneficial, but we don't actually have a dodge. Now I'll respawn on Central Lamp. That is not a lamp at the minute, but it says teleport to any space or inside a fog gate. If it just says inside a fog gate, is that just inside the fog gate like there? I've never had it cleared up. I know that CMON have recently provided an FAQ, an errata, and some rule clarifications, but I've not read them all in detail, and sort of wishing I'd spent the extra 20 minutes before playing this, doing so, but the excitement of playing is too strong. On the reset, he'd respawn as well. So, let's burn this dagger to get inside the fog gate. Let's end our turn there. She will move 1 towards us and engage, so I'm going to choose to use the draw 1 to a quick lash, which I never use draw 1s, but That's not been in our favour. I was hoping for a dodge. So we're going to do 1 damage at 3 speed. She's going to do basic, which is 2 damage at 2 speed. We'd hit first, but doesn't overly make much difference. We are still closer to death than she is. That was the end of the round. Advance the track. Draw a single card to bump us up to 3. Now I've got a dodge. We've had basics. I feel like the next one is probably going to be a special or an ability. How many we got? It's a single card, so which means that... Wait, single card? Yeah, it's the ability. Which in some ways makes it a free hit for us. And it happens instantly. So I'm actually going to use the cannon. I know it feels quite dirty to card count and establish what is coming up, but I feel like it's made very clear what the enemies have got. You're not meant to shuffle the cards until you've expired them, so it is part of it, I'd argue. So I'm going to do 1 speed, 3 damage. She'll retaliate with an ability which does nothing. She does the ability first, so I do 3 damage to her. And we're in a bit of a stronger position now, at least. Now we can shuffle these. And I will play a +1 to a flay, so that's 3 damage. She will hit me with a basic. Now, because that is now +1 speed and +1 damage, that's now a 3 speed, 3 damage attack. So I don't actually have capacity to dodge. So I'll have to take that as it is, as 3 damage. But I still get to do 3 damage to her. Which means that she's on 7 damage, I'm on 5. It's very tempting to just go hard, but I know full well that both of those attacks are going to be a lot quicker than mine. So unless of course she does a special, I should be okay. So what I'm going to choose to do is I'll burn this card to transform my weapon, and the hope is I'll be able to dodge at that much quicker speed, because I can dodge at the same speed or greater, and as long as though it's a basic, I'll be fine. If it's that stagger, she'll kill me because I'll have no cards to discard. And of course she does a Shikage attack after. So I'll end my turn, she'll engage me, and she'll hit me with a basic. So we dodge at the greater speed, so it matches the 3 speed, 3 damage because of her buff. And we also, oh no, we don't get to do the extra damage for the dodge this time, but even with the end of the round, at least she is not fully healing, and we only need to get 3 damage into her. So let's draw what I've got. 1, 2, 3. Please be good stuff. Oh, good, it's a dodge. Draw +1. Let's I can do this. If I slash at +1, because she only needs 3 damage, so that's the 3 damage. No matter what she draws, I can dodge it unless it's the ability. If it's the ability, it might be bad news because that will heal her 3. So let's instead play the draw 1 to the 3 damage, because I get to draw a card, and then I can dodge at that greater speed still, and I've got that as a backup in case I need it. So she goes for a special. I can dodge that. I get to draw a card, but I have to discard a card because of the stagger. I avoid the damage from the stagger. I avoid her going into the Shikage attack because I've already done the 3 damage, which means that we have defeated the Bloody Crow of Cainhurst. That wasn't easy. I anticipated this time it would be easy, but it really wasn't. These NPCs are very reminiscent of the video game gameplay in the respect that they're constant aggression all the time. There's no retreat. And if they do retreat, they're probably going to heal, so you don't want them to. Okay, it says, Slay the Bloody Crow of Cainhurst, reveal card 4. That's not card 4. There's card 4. I have not set back from the last time I played. Card 4. Here we go. Forsaken Summons. Inspecting the fallen figure, you find numerous items of use, but most interesting, an old bloodstained summons, inviting an honoured guest to the Forsaken Castle Cainhurst. Rather bafflingly, it is addressed to you. Discard any other hunt mission in play, distribute the old hunter bone, reward amongst hunters, interact with Alfred, reveal card 7. So we can get rid of that one. That's our now only target. Foggate gone. End of the round. So we will advance the track. It's a reset, but not the end of the world. We'd have got a blood echo for slaying that enemy. Now I'm thinking going back to the dream might be a good idea. At the same time, I'm looking at the item and thinking, I do want it. So let's draw 3 cards. Final 3. Stagger. Yeah, that's meant to be gone. Apologies. Stagger, dodge. No, that isn't meant to be gone. I am meant to have that, so I will need to get rid of one of these cards. I had not played that from my hand yet. I could have used that, but I've already ended the round. That'll be the one that we'll put back in the deck. So we've still got a stagger and a dodge. I will choose to... We need to head towards Alfred, but I feel like I want an item. And I do need to ask the dream to heal and to get an upgrade. So let's spend this stagger to move 1. Spend the draw 1 to interact. The effect here is that it heals me 2, so I just take a single consumable. I meant to have the old hunter bone, apologies. When you attack, to automatically dodge that attack. Not shabby. Consumable. Blood vial. That's nice. We'll keep that. And then we'll spend the dodge to return to the hunter's dream, which will advance the track 1. And the end of the round will also advance the track 1. So we're running out of time, but we can appear back on Odin Chapel to try and speed everything up. Hopefully Alfred doesn't want anything too complicated. Spend that blood echo. I can already see what it is that I want. I am going to take the quick change and I'll get rid of a draw 1. Give these a shuffle and we're going to reappear on Odin Chapel to see if we can't get this ball rolling. Gonna go there. So where am I? I'm in the dream. Odin Chapel. These 3. Very attack heavy, but I'll stay on the stagger side since I've got a stagger. Let's go. Spend this +1 in order to move into this 1, 2. I'll spend stun. Let me just remind myself of the rules for stun. So this is already a rewrite. It's a sign that I've not played for a week, isn't it? Right, let's just carry on as we are, but we know that that stun is going to make us discard a card. So I'm going to play this +1, so this Deadly Thrust to just try and get as much damage out as possible. His stuff means that... Oh, we can spawn another Scourge Beast if he gets an ability. Oh my days, please no. I did not read that. Stun and cannot be dodged. I'm not going to dodge it. I'm going to get rid of this for the stun, and I have to take 4 damage. But he also takes 4 damage, which is not too bad. We'll get a blue deco for taking him out. I don't need to put any tokens down, and I should have healed that back up. Getting sloppy. Take a blue deco. Right. We are in a position where the round will advance. draw 3 cards. And now we need to interact with Elf. I'm going to take that item first. Take that item. That should have respawned on the reset. It's not been a reset yet, has it? I'm starting to second guess myself now. I'd get a consumable, which is Pungent Blood Cocktail. 1 non-boss enemy within 2 spaces doesn't activate. I've never had that, actually. And now we'll spend this to interact with Alfred. And he says, reveal card number 7. These are in a really bad order. I'll be doing a bit of hunting, I think. Number 7. So it says, aha! Is that a sigil of Cainhurst? I've heard tell of Cainhurst nobles and their amusingly pompous invitations. I feel my master's hand at work. Praise the good blood. Let us gather what provisions and supplies we may and depart. Reveal card 8. Reveal card 8. Place 1+1 insight tokens on this card. Hunters end a move on Alfred's space may discard any number of hell consumables for each one discarded and remove 1 token. That replaces that one, but we need to reveal card 8, it says. Whoa. Reveal card 8 first. Ooh, we've got interact on the Grand Cathedral and discard 2 blood echoes. Interact on Iosefka's clinic, discard 2 blood echoes. Interact on Odin Chapel and discard 2 blood echoes. Ah, my days! What's that about? I don't think I want to do any of that, but I feel like I'll not have a choice. Ending a move. So I can do that straight away. If I just discard these 2. I've instantly done that. I was hoping to be more prepared for what came ahead. I forgot about that element. Reveal card 12. Says, we have what we need. Let us cleanse these tarnished streets and depart from the castle. May the good blood guide our way. From Master Ligarius. When a hunter moves out of a space with Alfred token, he may be moved with them. After a hunter in his space attacks, deal the enemy 1 additional damage. No one gains a blood echo if this slays the enemy. When Alfred moves onto the courtyard lamp, reveal card 13. Apologies, didn't realize you couldn't see that on the camera. So, we've still got this to go though, and that says interact with the Grand Cathedral, interact on the Iosefka, and interact on Odin Chapel. Do I want to do any of those? I don't feel like I do. But I remember last time I did this, I just tried to rush and instead had a shocking time. Upon the reset, the enemy's going to respawn, but at least he won't activate. So let's spend this to transform our weapon, which would happen regardless if we used it as normal. And we'll move... Do I want to go to Odin Chapel, or do I want to go down? Let's go down there. Let's go down and we reveal... Ooh, the courtyard, okay. 1, 2, come on you. He needs to be on the lamp, courtyard lamp tile. Oh, okay, well there. Sweet. Are things going our way? No, they are not, because I know what comes next. The glow of the lamp is familiar to you, but gazing within it you feel something creeping into your mind. Visions of the executioners of the Vilebloods, zealous fanatics, slain nobles, echoes of past events, dark deeds. Choose one. Side with the executioners, reveal card 14. Side with the Vilebloods, reveal card 16. Now Alfred's a nice chap. And I'm not one for pompous people. But you know what? I'm not down for killing an entire race of people, even if they do drink a bit of dodgy blood. Reveal card 16, we are siding with the Vilebloods. As you proceed, a foul scent confronts you. It comes from Alfred. The stench of impunity and righteous indignation. A rage, not your own, swells. You raise your weapon and bring it down upon the hunter. He staggers, shock and anger on his face. The blood! You've spilled my blood! Just what in the world is the meaning of this? Why would you turn your blade against me? You let the blood get the best of you. Surround the courtyard lamp tile with fog gates. Spawn Alfred on its space and he respawns on a reset. Complete the hunt by slaying Alfred. Reveal cards 17 and 18. Alfred's there. He's about to tear us a new one. We are on the single 1 to 2 player. Put that there. We have to put fog gates around, and this is actually now the end of my turn, which means that he's going to activate, and no matter what happens, he's going to do something real nasty. So, I've never really fought against Alfred. I imagine, well, I've never done it on camera anyway, so basic is a Kirk Hammer Slam, which is a 1 speed, 3 damage and a stun. Special is a combo flourish. After resolving all attacks, he makes a Kirk Hammer Slam. And then his Ludwig's Rifle. You must dodge at 2 or suffer stagger and stun, and then you flip another enemy action. So he's all about following up with combos and really keeping you on your toes. And the last time I fought him, he took me out very quickly, which he's probably about to do now because I've ended my turn. It's his activation. He goes there. And he'll use a basic, which is that 1 speed, 3 damage, which is more, plenty more than enough to take us out. We advance for our death, which is a reset. We advance for the end of the round. We lose our Blood Echo. It's looking pretty tight, but it always looks very tight when you play this game. I don't think I've really had a game where it wasn't incredibly tight to the wire. There was one, but it was an incredibly easy layout. I managed to get the hunt nearly done within 3 tiles. We want as many staggers as we can, because I feel like stagger is going to be what is going to slow him down massively with these massive attacks. Because if we stagger him, he can't follow up with anything. We've got our dodge, but we need to respawn to Central Lamp and get 3 cards out and see what it is we need to discard in order to engage him. On the reset, he reappears there. 3 cards. He's got 10 health, and we've got a transform, which is also a dodge, but it isn't a clear the slot. I'm not sure I'm going to want to clear the slot. So what I'm going to choose to do is I'll dodge to transfer to there using that ability. I'm then going to choose to end my turn. He'll activate. So I'm going to defend myself with a Deadly Thrust +1. He'll try and hit me with, I believe this is probably going to be his ability, yep. Hunter must dodge at 2 speed or suffer stagger and stun, but we'll do that. So we're able to do 4 damage to him. 3, 4. Flip another enemy action. Let's see what he does next. A basic, which is probably the best we could have asked for. So he'll do 3 damage to us and stun, so that's actually 4 damage. When I say the best we could have hoped for, I literally mean the best we could have hoped for in that circumstance. End of the round, we advance the track. 1, 2, 3. Need to get him done in this round. He's got 6 health left. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do it unless we use that old hunter's bone. Ha 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 ha. Let's use the cannon, because his attacks aren't all that quick. I think I can do it. He's got 4 health taken off of him. The cannon will be 3 damage, and we can use the Old Hunter's Bone to flip that to avoid the attack entirely. Then we use that on the slash for 3 damage, which would be the 10 we need, but there's a risk that if he gets that one, he wouldn't kill us, but an ability definitely would ruin everything for us. So I use the cannon, which is 1 speed, 3 damage. He'll hit us with an ability. So I'll use the Old Hunter Bone to avoid that entirely. I don't believe, personally, that anything happens beyond that. I think it's an entire dodge, but it could easily be incorrect. So we do 3 damage to him. And that ability, the one thing I was worried about, is gone, which means that we should be able to just play this to a slash, reveal whatever nastiness he's got, a special, so he'll do 2 speed, 2 damage. So we take 2 damage, at the same time that he would take 3. Got a 3 in there? Yep. Which is our 10. So he is slain. So we now need to reveal cards 17 and 18. Which are the final ones, which means I'm hoping that this is finally been recorded as a success, despite my 1 whoops. 17, we'll go for that one first. Distribute the Cowl Room Corruption, reward amongst the hunters. The executioners lie bleeding, seemingly out of nowhere. The executioner lies bleeding. Seemingly out of nowhere, a stagecoach gallops from the street. Riderless, its carriage opens, beckoning you inside. As you enter, you feel a new sensation deep within, as if you have been marked by some greater power. And choosing sides. If you have Covenant Vilebloods, the campaign continues with the Queen's Legacy mission deck. If you have Covenant Executioners, the campaign continues with the Martyr Ligarius mission deck. We have Covenant Vilebloods. That is our reward for this, so we keep that. And now we need to choose sides. On the plus side, it means that we can have a look at these Carol Runes now. Carol Rune Corruption. Carol Rune Corruption, which is our new reward, is once per chapter, if you would be slain. You're not slain, heal all health. Is that not the most insane thing in Bloodborne? Nothing is ever that generous or powerful, but somehow they add it into this. And after playing this chapter, again, to the wire, I can completely see why. Because this next bit, after this one, is going to be horribly, horribly hard. Apologies for my one mistake. It has been a week since I've played. I am going to be mixing this up with some Cthulhu Death May Die in the future and also some more reviews, but I will definitely be playing the Queen's campaign for this expansion in the coming weeks. Thank you ever so much for sticking around as usual. I always appreciate the feedback in comments, and I'll be giving that new rule update, can we call it? Is it an errata run update? The new rules by CMON, and I'll be reading the FAQs after this. Anyway, take care guys, thank you ever so much.